Hey, what's up everybody? It's Donut from the Donut Factory. And in today's video, we're going to cover, is Donald Trump a time traveler? I know when I first heard this theory, I also too thought, oh, that is ridiculous. But the more I started looking into it, it made me wonder, is this possible? Now in this video, we'll dive deeply into the conspiracy theory of the Donald Trump, Barron Trump time traveling story, but we're also going to show facts and other documents that might interest you. In today's video, we are going to cover the possibilities of President Donald Trump being a time traveler. And don't forget, the truth is always stranger than fiction. Before we start the video, like and subscribe to the channel for more conspiracy breakdowns, and subscribe to the Coronavirus Conspiracy Newsletter for banned content. Time travel has been on the consciousness of humanity for ages. Science fiction, movies, books, TV shows entertain the public. But let's not forget the dozens of well-respected doctors, scientists, physicists, and religious figures who have been researching this topic and proving time travel is absolutely possible. People like Albert Einstein with his quantum entanglement and spooky theory being proved recently, string theory which was written in ancient Kabbalah Zohar text over 5,000 years ago.
The world of physical action with its four-dimensional space-time continuum all the way up to this highest spiritual plane called primordial man that is a 10-dimensional universe with 20 extremities.
In 2013, at INREM in Turin, Italy, researchers confirmed that time is an emergent phenomenon for internal observers but absent for external observers of the universe. Theoretical physicist Michio Kaku said, in Einstein's equation, time is a river. It speeds up, meanders, and slows down. The new wrinkle is that it can have whirlpools and fork into two rivers. So if the river of time can be bent into a pretzel, create whirlpools, and fork into two rivers, then time travel cannot be ruled out. Stephen Hawking, Nikola Tesla, institutions like CERN, Hadron Collider could be a time machine, plus governments doing time traveling via remote viewing and a government operation like Stargate. Just after books were written like Time and Again by Jack Finney came out about time traveling. This remote viewing showed it was possible to psychokinetically change the environment. This can also tie into the Mandela effect on how things are changing all around us. Let's go back into time to the 19th century when this conspiracy first started to surface, before the internet was exposed to this theory. The Library of Congress has 3 fictional books with a lot of coincidences tying them to the Trump family, to these characters in the book in time traveling. The first 2 books, Barron Trump, Marvelous Underground Journey, 1893, and the second, The Travels and Adventures of Little Barron Trump, is a story about Barron who lives in a castle called Castle Trump, where his father gives him a manuscript written by a man called The Dawn. The end of the second book, they discover a time machine. Ingersoll Lockwood was the author, and his last book was titled 1900 or The Last President, written in 1896. It explores a multiverse in New York City on November 3rd of a common man and anti-establishment candidate running for president. Sound familiar? Then in the story, mobs of anarchists and socialists start to riot, starting at the Fifth Avenue Hotel in this book written in the 1800s. And that is exactly where Trump Tower stands today, on Fifth Avenue. Are these all just coincidences? Nikola Tesla, creator of the world we have today with technology and electricity, he experimented with a lot of technologies like Wi-Fi, anti-gravity, invisibility, and time travel. He even said at a college speech, that he goes to bed and puts a notebook on his counter and wakes up and it's full of notes, as if someone or something wrote out all of his ideas when he was asleep. Well, his ideas and notes are very valuable. So valuable that in 1943, the FBI declared all his top secret research and possessions to be seized. Governments do this all the time, like the story of William Reich, who built an orgasm machine that supposedly cured diseases like cancer, and Albert Einstein got all his information and notes and agreed and confirmed everything Reich was researching. Then the US government made all of his books illegal in the 70s in America, jailed him, and pretty much put him to death. Now, the FBI hired an MIT professor, Professor John Trump, Donald Trump's uncle, to take all of Nikola Tesla's notes to help create military weapons.
Only Professor John Trump, who is with us today, did not stop there. Electric power types of applications, is that right?
That's right. I had become interested in the design of electric power machinery, and he has some wild ideas, but I've checked a few of them and they stood up. For 6 weeks I decided they were plausible and reasonable, and I abandoned the design of electric machinery and began studying the insulation of high voltages in vacuum and the acceleration of heavy particles to high energies.
John Trump used Tesla's notes to experiment with technologies before he passed away in 1985, leaving the notes to his nephew, Donald Trump. Around the same time after John Trump's death, Donald Trump used fake names as a homage to his uncle, John Miller and John Barron.
What's your name again? John Miller. And you were with John Trump? Yes, that's correct.
It was back in the 1980s, and when the flashy New York real estate mogul needed to get a bit of news out, the newspaper reports it was common knowledge among New York reporters that Trump just assumed a different name and handled the media calls himself. John Miller and Donald Trump are one and the same.
I didn't leak the tape, and there were
What?
two people on the conversation.
Wait, you taped it because you're a reporter doing your
Yeah,
job?
and I lost the tape.
So who else would have had a copy of the tape?
Donald Trump.
Wait a minute. So you're suggesting Trump leaked this to the
Yes.
Washington Post?
Yes.
Why?
You got me. He's done stranger things.
John Miller, John Barron. Now let's talk about John Titor. John Titor, an American military time traveler from 2036 posting on message boards. His mission was to time travel back to 1975 to get a IBM 5100 personal portable computer, and the details about this computer only a handful of IBM workers knew about. He posted pictures of his time machine, and he explained how time worked, and spoke of terrible events to come. One of his predictions was New York will be missing a skyscraper. He said this in 1998. This was before 9/11.
BuzzFeed dug up an old quote from Donald Trump talking about a large-scale terror attack 19 months before 9/11. In his 2000 book, The America We Deserve, Trump wrote, "I really am convinced we're in danger of the sort of terrorist attacks that will make the bombing of the 1993 Trade Center look like little kids playing with firecrackers." Trump also mentioned the mastermind of the attack, writing, quote, "One day, we're told that a shadowy figure with no fixed address named Osama bin Laden is public enemy number one, and U.S. jet fighters lay waste to his camp in Afghanistan. He escapes back under some rock, and a few news cycles later, it's on to a new enemy and a new crisis." Trump.
Wait.
Yeah.
Okay, hold
Yeah.
on a second. Is this really Trump before 9/11? Have you read this?
It's 2000 in his book.
Are we making
Year
this? Somebody,
2000.
did you make
Nick.
this up, Mika?
Titor, John Titor, said civil war in the US will happen and lead to a nuclear war. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Is Donald Trump and his son Barron time traveling throughout time to stop catastrophic events of nuclear war? What is really going on? Put your thoughts in the comments below, like and share this video, and subscribe to the Coronavirus Conspiracy Newsletter before the shutdown.